Okay, good evening everyone, and once again welcome. 3 more to go, but we're getting there. We really appreciate your support. As you know, this is the first for existing councillors and the community board members for this election. The New Zealand Ratepayers, the New Plymouth Ratepayers Alliance are your hosts tonight, and in so doing providing an impartial platform for you to hear from our candidates. So I'm pretty brief tonight. We've got a good team looking after the rest of the evening. You candidates, when you're up here talking, please speak directly into the microphone. We've had incidents where people can't hear because it's being waved around. I know you may get a bit animated sometimes, but try and keep it in front of you. It helps the audience and it helps our recording. What else have we got here? Right. I'm going to hand over now to Sheridan for a few things that she wants to cover, and I will sit down.
Hello everyone. We just wanted to cover a couple of things before we start tonight. One was that we had a technical glitch with the video with the first Mayor's event. Being the small volunteer group that we are, we borrowed some equipment for last Wednesday and we didn't realise until after the event there were segments which hadn't recorded. The result was the footage favoured 2 candidates more than 2 other candidates. It was quite bizarre how it missed questions for 2 more than the other 2. It wasn't a fair representation with all the answers that each person had given, so we have decided not to put the video out to the public. We are very disappointed, as we wanted to show the voters what the candidates had to say on topics that we know people wanted to hear about. But our video man has taken steps tonight to make sure this doesn't happen with the rest of the events. Out the back there. The other thing we wanted to cover was RSVPs. In an attempt not to make it into the front page of the Daily News again after tonight, we have a record of replies received to RSVPs to tonight's event. So everyone knows how we went about organising these events. All but one candidate provided a contact email to the NPDC when they registered to stand. This email was for event organisers to use to invite them to events. We emailed every single candidate to invite them to at least one of our 5 events, except Mullet Muzz McDowell, who didn't supply a contact to the NPDC. So for tonight's event, in alphabetical order, this is the response we've had from those that are not here. Sam Bennett originally said yes, but declined the offer to attend yesterday. He also advised he will not be at the second Mayor's event. He said he has too many other events to attend and the Alliance public events have not made Sam's campaign cut. David Lubitz responded on Sunday evening to advise he will be out of town with a family commitment. He has indicated he will be at the second Mayor's event. Amanda Clinton Godies, Amanda's first response to us was at 12:30 p.m. today. She is unwell and needs to prioritise her energy with attendances at events this week. Sarah Lucas has had family commitments out of town for the last 2 weeks. She has confirmed she will be at the second Mayor's event. Jonathan Marshall, who was on the Waitara Community Board, originally said yes, responded at 11:30 today that he has a clash of events and will be attending the event in Waitara this evening. Jane Parker Bishop, who was on the current Waitara Community Board, we have had no response. And to Walker McLeod, the current Maori Ward representative, we have had no response. So that just covers off the officialness of who's here and who isn't here. And at this point, I'd like to hand over to Peter for the rest of the event. Sorry, I got it slightly wrong. Alex wants to explain the timekeeping.
Just very quickly, for the candidates, there was some confusion last week, and I don't want that confusion again. So, regardless if it's 3 minutes or 2 minute time allocation, when you've got 30 seconds to go, you'll hear, you've got 30 seconds. Don't stop, because when you've used up your time, you'll get two. All right? So just so there's no confusion and people don't stop mid-screen. 1 at 30 seconds to go, 2 when you completed your time allocation. Thanks.
Thank you, Alex. Well, that's allowed.
That's it. Time's up.
Yeah, 30 seconds to go. The fun part of the evening, it's Kevin's birthday today, so happy birthday to Kevin. If you want to. And I won't be joining it, I'll turn the mic off for that. I'm pretty good in the shower. So the rules for tonight, phones turned off, please make sure they're on silent. If there's an emergency, there's staff that are going to come in here and suggest to us we follow them, so probably that's a good call. I'm not anticipating anything's going to happen there. It is important to respect all of our speakers. I mean, they've come along and there's a chance for us to get to know them. Heckling from the audience will not be accepted. People will be asked to leave if they just can't explain. I don't mind someone clapping if they want to, I think that's great. But no one to disrespect the people that are here tonight. So there will be some decorum with proceedings. There's 2 parts to the evening. The first part will be the opportunity for 3 minutes for each candidate to just talk about themselves, and they'll introduce themselves and let you know which ward they're standing for. So we'll have 3 minutes for that, and we'll hear the ding-dings from Alex. Then there'll be some 2-minute time slots for questions that we've got here, and there'll also be some yes-no answers. So again, for candidates, that's a yes or it's a no. And if you wish to pass, that's fine, but I know sometimes it's hard to give a yes or no answer, but we do that so we can get through more of the questions. There'll be audience questions as well, so there's no paper over there and pens for people to write questions down. And in the second part of tonight, which will be probably after about 8:15, we'll take the questions from the audience, we'll remove the duplicates, but again get through a number of those as time permits. The order the questions will be asked, the seats have been allocated on a random basis where the candidates pick their name numbers out of a hat, I should say, and that's the order they'll be sitting on the stage. The questions will be asked in a rotating fashion, so that seat number 1, which is Adrian Sol, he's not going to have to answer every question first, we'll just share it around. So we're trying to be kind of as impartial and fair as we possibly can be. So without further ado, would you please welcome our candidates to the stage. I'll put faces to names to start with, but they'll introduce themselves again and also tell you which ward they are standing for. So, waving with his right hand is Adrian Sol, who's in seat number 1. Teresa Gooden, seat number 2. Number 3, Harry Chong. Seat 4, Christine Tabish. Graham Chard, number 5. Number 6, Dinny Morrihu. 7, Brian Vickery, and to my immediate right, Gordon Brown. Thanks. So the first chance for them to talk. You can either use the handheld, or you can come up and I'll stand back. But Adrian Sol, welcome. Just if you give us a 3-minute address and tell us which ward you're standing for.
Thanks, Peter. All right. God, I hate part of that. All right, let's do it. Okay, hello, Adrian Sol, and thank you for inviting me to speak. I'm standing for the council in the Kaiteki Ngā Muru General Ward. I grew up in Warrior and for more than 35 years my wife Melanie and I have made our home in Newfoundland and Bell Block. We love this community, its unique mix of lifestyle, business, hospitality and recreation, and we feel fortunate to call it home. It's safe, connected and full of opportunity. My commitment is to protect and strengthen that for future generations. Over the past 3 decades I've served in many governance and management roles. The last 5 years I've been the General Manager of the Taranaki Health Foundation, where my team and I have raised $20 million to improve healthcare outcomes for our region. At the same time, I've served as Chairperson of the Puketapu Bell Block Community Board. Together, we've been working hard to address years of underinvestment and lack of cohesive planning. It's a big job, and it's taught me a lot about how local government works, and sometimes how it doesn't work. What I've learned is that being a councillor isn't about standing alone. Real progress only happens when councillors work with the Mayor, with each other on a shared vision, one that reflects the majority of our community while making sure no one is left behind. That's why I'm standing, because I believe we can and must do better. It's about striking the right balance. Right now we're facing real pressures, rising rates, ageing infrastructure, and challenges of growing district. We need smart, future-focused investment, but not at the cost of affordability for everyday families. To achieve that, we must first get the basics right: roads, services, infrastructure. Running an efficient council and making sure current and long-term long-term plan projects actually stay within budget before we commit to new nice-to-have projects. As your councillor, I'll bring practical leadership, strong financial skills, and the ability to work with others. Most importantly, I'll listen and I'll put your interests first. So in closing, let's get the balance right. Let's make decisions that future-proof our district without overburdening today or tomorrow's ratepayers. And let's ensure New Plymouth and all our communities are not just heard, but truly represented. I'll be honoured for you to vote, and thank you.
Thank you, Adrian. Teresa Goodman, please tell us which ward you're standing.
I'm standing in the district-wide ward. Good evening. I'm Teresa Gooden. I'm a self-employed mother and a force for good. My son graduates high school in a few months, and while the job of parenting is never done, I've reached a significant milestone in my personal and family life, which means I can commit to the role of being a counsellor. I'm in the prime of my life. I'm fit, healthy, and I've got energy to burn, and I'm ready to commit the next 3 years and beyond to public service, because I want our community to thrive and I know I can make a difference. I was born in 1978 at the tail end of Generation X, which means I'm old school. I'm pragmatic, I'm realistic, adaptable, and I value common sense, but I'm also tech savvy and quick to adapt to emerging technologies. In 2011, I accepted a consultation award on behalf of the Kaitaki Community Board for our Facebook page. We were one of the first community boards in New Zealand to adopt social media. As chair and deputy chair in 2022, I ran the social media component of our community board plan consultation. We did also run public meetings, but the reality is not everyone is able to attend public meetings or wants to these days. You folk are the exception. By using social media, we were able to capture the views of a significant amount of people who have largely disengaged in the democratic process. The last local body election saw the lowest voter turnout on record. I'm keen to bring a fresh approach to consultation and develop more innovative and creative ways to engage with residents, and especially the majority of people who have given up on our local democracy. I've served 2 terms on the Kaitaki Community Board. My first term was from 2010 to 2013. During that term, I led the consultation for the Okato skate park and playground. Initially, the council officer in charge of this project just wanted to choose one of the designs from one of the tenders. I convinced him to open up the consultation to the community, and I took 3 large posters of the best designs to the school, to the kindy, and to the playgroup. And the kids and the parents voted on their favourite design, and that's the design that the community got. I'm big on consultation that is direct, meaningful, and maximises engagement. I know a lot of people are struggling to make ends meet, and households are making hard decisions every day. In the coming term, the council will need to make some hard decisions, and I'm up for the task. I don't sit on the left or right, I'm completely independent. I make balanced decisions based on rigorous analysis, common sense, holistic thinking and community input. My background is in economic development, project management. Thank you.
Thanks, Teresa. Murray John.
Good evening. I'm fortunate enough to know that most people know who I am, so I won't really have to explain myself. But I will talk about how I originally got onto council. One of the main reasons I got onto council is because I was proud to say that I'd done 20,000 hours of voluntary community work. And I think this council has forgotten about the community. I feel they're not listening to the community. They're going out and saying that they're consulting with the community, but are they really consulting with the community? I don't think they are. Time has changed. And the change that you really all want is to be heard and listened to, and our council to act on that. I think that's really the crux of what you're all frustrated about. They need to listen to it. So how are we going to do that? I believe that when we get onto council, and if we do have the change of leadership, we are going to be the most interactive and communicative council that this town has ever seen. How are we going to do that? Well, you've seen the Mayor's office. Who's visited the Mayor's office? Wow, great, okay. Those doors are open for you all to do that. Not behind glass doors, just open door entry. We also want to communicate. Now, we've all known about the Tim Tam Tim petition. Our council said they spent hundreds of hours consulting with the people, and 50%, it was a 50-50. So the council voted on that. But was it really 50-50? Our latest results say it was about 96% of people now don't want it. Why do we not consult properly on that? The best way of consulting. Who got their rates bill? They all went up. Wouldn't it be great? On your rates bill, you've got a gap there. See the QR code there? Wouldn't it be great to have a QR code on your rates bill, and you just put your phone on it, and it instantly took you to a page on your phone. We want feedback on 3 things: yes, no, or undecided. You just go 1, 2, 3, send. We get full consultation. We not only get the consultation, we get the demographics of where you are, and the areas of where you live, your age group, maybe, if you want to put that in as if it's there as a question. How's that for consultation? And guess what? It costs hardly anything. So one more thing, if you really want to know what we're all about, there's another QR code on this I've given you. Please put that on your phone, get to the link and subscribe. It costs you nothing, and that will be weekly going through the elections and all the way through the term, if Max and I get in, that we will consult with you on a weekly basis through channel and answering all your questions. Wouldn't that be a great thing? So, yeah, 1 vote Max, 1 vote Murray.
Thank you, Murray. Graham, please, Graham Chard. Oh, sorry, my number's wrong. Number 4's next, Christine, my apologies. Christine Fabish.
Good evening, Christine Fabish, and I come from Inglewood. I originally come from Auckland, so I've come from the big smoke down here. I've spent over 50 years living in Inglewood, and this year I'm actually running for the Kohanga Male Award, but I've also still got my hand up for Inglewood Community Board. And the reason is, we've still got lots to do in Inglewood as far as being a community. Inglewood covers a very big area. We go out to Tirata, we go out to Purangi, Tariki, Egmont Village. We touch on the edge of Bell Block.